Hello YouTube, my name is Nero, and today we have some Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and it is time that we finally faced facts. Activision is going to be changing the Call of Duty franchise. It's not going to go back to where it was before, and this is all, of course, coming up on the tail end of the new update that happened to Modern Warfare Remastered this afternoon. So today is the big day, December 13th. This is the day that we're getting the final 6 maps for Modern Warfare Remastered, as well as, of course, Winter Crash and Hardpoint and Gun Game, and a bunch of extra stuff. Apparently, it was like a 16, I think, gigabyte download for the actual update itself, and unfortunately I can't actually play it just yet. It's actually 3:10 in the afternoon Eastern time. The update's been live for about an hour at the time of me recording this video, but I have not been able to play because I keep getting this error every time I try to sign in on my Xbox. So many people are trying to log in at once that the Call of Duty servers are down. Who knows, maybe all the supply drop money will actually go towards getting us better servers, maybe upping the tick rate a little bit so I can stop being shot around corners. That'd be pretty freaking fantastic, but that's not going to happen. We all know that. So with this update, we got supply drops. They are, in fact, in the game, and they have a bunch of things within them. So basically, everything that I've talked about over the past couple of days has actually come true. I might as well rename myself the Prophet, but in reality, it's all very predictable stuff. I've been following the Call of Duty franchise for a very long time. It's pretty simple to see what's happening here, and I think it's time we faced facts. I think it is, because I keep having this idea in my head that perhaps Call of Duty can go back to the way it was. You know, it can go back to a simpler time, like back in Black Ops 1, Modern Warfare 2, maybe even Modern Warfare 3, games like that, right? But it's not going to happen. And if you really think about it, Activision has been doing this stuff for years now. Like, I think back to Black Ops 3, I think back to Advanced Warfare, now, of course, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered. That is 4 straight games. I know we have 2 in 1 year here, but that is 4 straight games that have had supply drops. Even before supply drops became a thing, they were heavily pushing microtransactions. Like, do you guys remember Call of Duty Ghosts? Like, they had so many personalization packs in that game. I can't even count them, man. Like, I remember I would make a video every time they came out with a new personalization pack, because I'm a YouTuber, it's a tax write-off, business expense, whatever. Every time a new DLC came out for that game, I would buy it and I would record it and then make videos of it and stuff like that. And I can remember it felt like every week or every other week, we'd have a brand new personalization pack, to the point where I feel like there's like 50-something camos in that game, not counting all the titles and emblems and reticles and all the crazy stuff. And that was just in Call of Duty Ghosts. That's not to mention, of course, all of the camos and stuff like that we saw in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, the idea that they were actually selling extra creative classes, and sometimes they actually really limit our number of classes and they try and charge us to have the extra ones. Remembering back to, for example, Modern Warfare 3, remember all the DLC that came out for that game, including more micro DLC, like the idea of like showdown maps, I think they were called, where it's like 1v1, 2v2, and 3v3 maps, like designing just that stuff. Like, Call of Duty has been making a ridiculous amount of DLC for a very long time now, but for some reason, in my head, maybe I'm just too rose-tinted, or maybe I'm too nostalgic, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like they've been doing it for really that long, right? Maybe it's because I've been playing the franchise so long that I don't really have a good concept of time here, but it feels like they haven't been trying to nickel and dime us at every turn for really that long. But in reality, we've had supply drops in every single game for the past 3 years, and even before that, we had a bunch of microtransactions. Like, what really is the difference between 50 personalization packs and supply drops, right? I mean, obviously, the answer is, of course, you can actually purchase the stuff you want to purchase directly, which is a much more fair business model for the consumer, and supply drops are a lot more random, but still, like, what really is the big difference there? Like, it's still a ridiculous amount of downloadable content, cosmetic content, wherever it is you want to call it. It's still a bunch of extra content that they're going to try to nickel and dime you for, and that is the Call of Duty franchise now. That is what this franchise is going to be going forward. Like, even now that they have actually tainted Modern Warfare Remastered, there is no way they're not going to continue doing this year in and year out going forward. Like, the next Call of Duty game, whatever Sledgehammer has in store for us down the pipeline, it's going to include supply drops and microtransactions in one way or another. It is just going to, and honestly, it's gotten to the point, and I was talking about this on Twitter, I've talked a lot on Twitter today, awful ranty, but it's gotten to the point where the Call of Duty franchise is now prioritizing microtransactions and downloadable content over core game mechanics. Infinite Warfare does not have leaderboards, but they have already had an update to give us more supply drop weapons in that game. Modern Warfare Remastered, these spawn points are still completely fucked, and you guys know I don't swear a lot in my videos, but I get quite upset when we start talking about microtransactions and DLC and supply drops and everything else here in this game. The spawn system is still completely fucked, right? Especially like on BOG, for example, they are just throwing people everywhere for no reason. Team Deathmatch spawns are flipping around constantly, where it was not that way back in Call of Duty 4. Collaterals still do not work in Modern Warfare Remastered, and the footsteps, while they are better, they still aren't where they were back in Call of Duty 4. And instead of fixing all that, we have already gotten supply drops. We have all these different weapon kits, we have all these reticles, calling cards, an entire Operation Arctic Wolf or Arctic Storm, something like that. It's Arctic Wolf, I'm looking at it right now. Again, I can't play because the servers are down, because why would they pay for better servers? They're just going to keep racking their money in with supply drops and not actually update or benefit the game in any way. They're just going to continue to line their pockets, maybe fund their next project, who knows. This is the Call of Duty franchise now, guys. This is the Call of Duty franchise. They are going to continue to put out subpar games, at least in my opinion. The past couple games have not been amazing. Black Ops 3, I think, was better than most, but looking back towards Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, now Infinite Warfare, like those 3 of the past 4 games, in my opinion, have been subpar. And obviously, a lot of you are going to disagree with that. There are people out there that completely disagree with me on games, and that's obviously going to be happening, especially on the internet, where there's tens of thousands of people all voicing their opinions in one video. Like I, for example, loved World at War. I know the vast majority of you either did not play it or did not like World at War because it was a lot different, right? I love the original Black Ops. I love Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. I'm pretty much a Treyarch fanboy. I like Infinity Ward's old stuff, but I did not like Advanced Warfare. I did not like Ghost. I did not like Infinite Warfare. I was honestly not the biggest fan of Modern Warfare 3, although looking back at it now, Modern Warfare 3 seems like a godsend as compared to the stuff that we're seeing today. But this is the Call of Duty franchise now. This is what it's going to be like going forward. What does that mean for the franchise? I don't know. But obviously, Activision is looking at it like it's a sinking ship. I mean, at this point, I think we all have to agree that Activision is looking at this as if it is a sinking ship, because their sales are going down every single year, yet every single year they're also trying to nickel and dime us. Like, I wonder if their sales were still in line with where they were back in Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, if they would not be nickel and diming us, if they were to actually give us good content and make good games and not be trying to nickel and dime us. I wonder if they are only nickel and diming us because they need to make this money back somehow. I wonder if that's the case. Obviously, Call of Duty is a very popular game, but it's a very expensive game. They have to be making their money back, but their profit margins are not nearly as high as they used to be. They made over $1 billion in microtransactions last year. I think I remember seeing that. I could be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure that's the line, something close to that. So obviously, there is a majority of people out there who buy supply drops. There's more people that are buying supply drops than there are people who are not buying supply drops and complaining about them. So obviously, they're going to continue making them. It just makes sense. And right now, they're cosmetic. And I see so many people defending them. Like, oh, Nero, it's all cosmetic. Why do you care? It's all cosmetic. You know for a fact weapons are down the pipeline. You know weapons are coming to Modern Warfare Remastered. It is going to happen. They are already in the game files. You could say, oh, those are leftover assets from COD Online or some other previous game. That's possible. But there's also extra weapons in there, like the Kamchatka 12, right? And that's the only example right now, but there may be more examples going forward. We know for a fact weapons are coming to this game. There is no reason we should be able to trust Activision to not add weapons to the game, because what have they done the past 3 games? Infinite Warfare, DLC weapons, right? Black Ops 3, DLC weapons. Advanced Warfare, DLC weapons. The past 3 games, again, it doesn't seem like they've been doing it for that long, and I get where you guys are coming from, because I felt the same way. It doesn't seem like they've been doing this for that long, but they have. It's been 3 years, right? And they're going to continue on here with Modern Warfare Remastered. The next game from Sledgehammer is going to have supply drops and supply drop weapons. It's part of the Call of Duty franchise now, and we're either going to have to accept it and just suck it up or quit the franchise. I don't think I'm going to quit the franchise. I've made my living off of Call of Duty, and I love the Call of Duty franchise. I've been playing it for nearly a decade now, ever since Call of Duty 4, and I don't see myself really quitting, though I do kind of feel like I'm in an abusive relationship right now. Like, I stick around. I don't know why I stick around, but I stick around, and it's, I don't even know, man. But this is the Call of Duty franchise. I'm actually looking forward to playing around with some of the new content here in Modern Warfare Remastered, especially the maps, once I can actually get on and play. Again, the servers are pretty much down for me, and they're also down for my brother, and we don't live in the same area, so I think it's down for a lot of people as well. So once they actually go up, I'll be able to play, be able to experiment with some stuff. I'm not buying supply drops. I'm not purchasing them. I may make some videos of some of the DLC content in the game. That may happen, but if I do decide to do that, it's going to be stuff that I earn in-game. I'm not actually going to purchase anything. Now, I've also considered not even just partaking whatsoever. But I wonder if that would just be futile. Like, what would be the point? Would I just be hindering myself here on YouTube by not making videos of the new content as part of some stupid protest that isn't going to do anything? Like, there's a lot of people out there that are telling me, Nero, we need to get all the big YouTubers, implying I'm a big YouTuber. We need to get all the big YouTubers to boycott supply drops and make it so they take them out of the game. Remember the black market blackout, guys? How'd that work out in Black Ops 3? It failed so miserably that they made $1 billion, and the next 2 Call of Duty games that came out the next year also have supply drop weapons in there. Like, it's not going to happen, man. It just isn't. Like, maybe if every big YouTuber, I'm talking everyone over 1 million subs, people that pull in, 5, 10 million views a month, have a giant audience, maybe if all of those guys made big protest videos, that would help a bit. But even then, that is still a fraction of the overall Call of Duty player base. It's just, I don't see it actually working. So I'm going to play the game. I'm going to unlock it's not called salvage anymore. It's called parts. Same thing. Same system as pretty much Infinite Warfare. And unlock some things. Some of the camos look cool. I'll be honest, some of them look pretty cool, but at the same time, it's hard to compete with, in my opinion, Blue Tiger and Red Tiger and the classic stuff. But we're gonna have to see. We're gonna see how it plays out. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the Call of Duty franchise, and it's time we face facts. I hope you guys all enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.